welcome back to Jikoronpa. In the previous episode, last time I said the Green Reaper was visiting Mountain, I had a very strong opinion that she was probably going to be next one to die, and well, as you can see, that prediction did have to be a premonition. I was correct. Mount Kirisato is now part of the deceased. We are now down to 8 alive cast members, 6 have died, and we're all very sad. And I was thinking more and more about it, and I was looking at okay, so we're at the investigation episode, obviously, and we might be doing it into 2 parts, it might be all in one. I split it into 2 for the first investigation, and I did it all in one in last time. It just depends how long it feels to me. There isn't that much evidence, to be fair. This is, similar to last time, so we might only be doing it in 1 part, but we'll see how it plays out. We're going to do the investigation of Mountain, and I was saying about who could have done it. I said last time that my top suspect was Toshi, I believe. But I just don't know. I think alibis are going to play a strong part into it because the physical evidence here can't be too much because we saw what happened to Mowen. She got poisoned in front of our eyes. She got poisoned down in front of us. So really, all that really matters is where the poison came from. And I'm gonna bet that Fuka is gonna actually, now that I think about it, Fuka is probably gonna bring up in the trial that Ryu tried to poison Hikari, and because of his MO, it follows that he would try to poison someone to kill, and that's how we get that is how it's going to get exposed that Ryu didn't try to poison Hikari, and Hikari is just going to lose it after Fuyuka's quote unquote I'm not sure if it's lies or just misunderstandings caused her to distrust Ryu. So now that I think about it, that's probably where that's going to go. But like I was saying before, there can't be too much physical evidence because we saw what happened. Mountain died in front of us and got poisoned. What matters is where the poison was and how she got poisoned. And I think alibis are going to play a huge part into that, which is why I can't really say much on who the killer could be until I get those alibis and I can determine when they poisoned the item and what was poisoned. So I can't really say much about who is the most likely killer yet until we figure out those key details of the crime. But Toshi is my prime suspect at the moment, purely because the 4 people who investigated us in the garden were Toshi, Tsubaki, Ryu, and Shuki. And Hikari talked about all the flowers there, and some of them were poisonous. So those 4 would know which flowers were poisonous and which weren't. Ryu and Shuki, not suspicious because of more meta reasoning and narrative reasoning. I think they're too important to the narrative to die now, which leaves Tsubaki and Toshi. And there's for similar reasons for Tsubaki, not because Tsubaki is necessarily important to the story. I just feel like she hasn't been prominent in a chapter, so she wouldn't kill her. But then again, she did say she wanted to die here in front of everyone and be remembered. So it is possible that she murdered Mawan so that she would get executed. And also, not everyone would die by the motive, so there would still be people who were alive that could remember her. So I could see a possibility where Tsubaki is the killer, but she just hasn't been that prominent in a chapter, so I don't really believe that, which is why Toshi's my prime suspect. But with that said, let's get into the episode, let's get into the investigation, and see if we can find out more details to see if we can deduce on who murdered Mawan.
The rest of them were left alive, which means Mauen Kisato did indeed have a blessing card.
Oh, she's just all the way in the back. Didn't even have the luxury of being near the front like Toshi's body. She's all the way in the back. We barely see her.
It's not necessary since everyone's here, but it's mandatory, so
I guess you're gonna go and do the announcement.
there's a body in the ballroom. Mauen Kirisato. No! No! Mauen! Get up! She's already gone. No! No! She's not! Not what else? She was just trying to fight against the... Her death was inevitable. Okay, I do not need a dramatic word now, dear. Shut the hell up! I don't care if it was inevitable. I don't care.
That is the one concept we have in life.
But
Yeah. Like I said days ago when Mayume died, you guys should have expected this.
unfortunately, Tsubaki, not all of us see life the way evildoers do. I prefer not to hear about your twisted reality any longer.
Hikari, calm down.
Save you. have to die? Why? Why?
Hikari.
But while Gary was panicking, two others simply stared at the body.
Fuke and Dia, because they're in the back, or what? Oh yeah, fair enough.
Jerry! Why now? When we were all accepting everything? She's truly gone this time. Her heart has stopped beating. Of course she is. Of course. We're all cursed. Yes, we are.
Wow, that's great motivational speaking, Shuki. Great job. Really doing a good job at Compton Gullet.
Why did she have to go? Why did all of this have to happen? Everything feels so dark. It has felt utterly devoid of light for this past few days. Now, the truth of the situation has come to light. This can't be the damn truth. It can't. I just can't believe any of this. Any of what happened. Anything. Anything.
Gullet, calm down. You know, telling people to calm down isn't really going to help the situation that much. You can do a little bit better than that. Like before. We'll get through this if you want.
You don't have as much power as you think you do. You're as powerless as the rest of us, despite all you say, Fiuka.
We're not powerless.
Right now, I think we are.
No, we have to struggle. We can't just submit. We have to go forward for her. Mowen may have died, but.
Ryu stared at the ground, but Kazuki came up behind him, putting a hand on his shoulder. We can't fear what's to come. We can't waste the little time we have. We have to investigate her death. Whoever killed her, I hope you meet a terrible end. I hope you suffer. Because you destroyed our group. You destroyed our unity. You destroyed us. I hope you know you wasted her life. The life of a girl who was trying to change. A girl who truly cared, despite all of her insistence that she did not. A girl who was loved.
Kazuyuki?
Ryusuke, you have inspired me. We cannot let this end. We can't let this be the end of Maoin's legacy. We have to live on for her. After this trial, let us have a poetry session in her honor.
I don't know why, but that just came off so weird to me. I know that Kazuki has been changing over the past few days, but for some reason that really came off as a self call out. That felt like he was trying to convince himself that he was in the wrong and he wants everyone to catch him, just like Sasuke did. But then why wouldn't he just admit it if he truly felt bad? I don't know. I guess if it was his will to keep on living that caused him the murder, his will to keep on living would cause him to not tell the truth. But then again, Kazuga might not just be the call, but I know. I know that he's been changing, but that just felt a little off to me. I don't know what it was about it.
Poetry session? Not only for her, but for all those that have died. We were brought here together for the sake of poetry, so let's revive the reflection system. All of us. It may be a waste of time, but I'm willing to waste mine on it. I agree. We have to be heroes for Melon and the rest.
Wouldn't be opposed. At least it'd give me something to do. Kind of like what we did with Sasuke and Iki and the rest.
We shall have to find her killer. We shall avenge her. Her killer will suffer a just execution. Whoever had ruined our temporary harmony will sorely regret it. Seems you have found a newfound determination. Seems you have found a newfound great work, Kazuyuki, keeping up the literature. Of course. You hear that, villain? You won't regret this. You won't escape.
Yes, yes, we can do this. He's gonna be like, shut up. Okay, no, I think okay, we're all aligned at the very least. We're all gonna try and figure out. I wonder how we're gonna work this out because I doubt we'd have to investigate the body too much because we saw how she died, unless she had a type of flower on her. But what I was, but going back to my original point, how are we going to investigate four pairs? Maybe that seems like the most rational thing to do, so no one can destroy evidence. For Jerry, we have to. We have to banish their souls to the deepest, darkest pits of the afterlife.
I suppose you may be correct. Harry stared at everybody else. Everybody else was determined to find Mountain's killer. So, why wasn't she? Why was she the only one distraught? Why was she the only one losing hope? What's wrong with all of you?
Oh no, I was correct. Someone is gonna yell out that it was me. Oh, how could I not see this coming my own self? I'm the daughter. How could I not see this coming? Uh,
You're just going to find her killer. Barely even mourn her.
well, I don't think they're not going to mourn her. It's just that they're putting that to the side for now so they can not think about it. That's all we can do, Hikari. We can mourn after the trial, too. I'm determined to avenge her.
Oh, sure. You're the one that says that.
Uh,
Hikari pushed herself off the ground. She remembered Fiyuka. Girlfriend, we're investigating together. Let's go now. Of course. This was the action of the week. Investigate, suspect, accused, execute. That was the process, wasn't it? She was going to have to do that again. She was going to have to do all of this a third time. But no, this time she wasn't going to support these awful people. She was going to be Fiyuka and do it her goddamn self.
so I guess we're not going to be like, I support anymore. We're going to be like,
I'm against that.
as we got introduced at the very end of the chapter 2 trial, where we contradicted Sasuke's statement instead of agreeing with it.
Fine, investigate. But the rest of you better not disturb us. Fiyuka, take Mountain's tablet. The rest of you better not disturb us. What are we, chopped liver? What do you think we are? Criminals? Well, to be fair, Tsubaki is here with us, but... Tsubaki's not relevant here.
Damn, I mean, I know I haven't been that much of a prominent character at Yuki, but you didn't have to say it like that. Yeah, why are you so obsessed with me anyways? I'm reformed, Toshi. I'd never steal again. When did this revelation come across you?
Like Asuka would say, that's pure bullshit.
Oh, these pesticides. Understood, Hikari.
Fiyuka made her way towards Mountain's body, ignoring the pair of pests bickering like usual, and sifted through her pockets.
What I'm curious about is how they would have the opportunity to kill Moen, considering Fuka was guarding her for the past few days. That's the main question I have in my head right now. Because I understand poison with flowers, get her to eat the flowers. Moen eats flowers, Moen dies of poison here. Would they have given the food to Fiyuka maybe? But then Fiyuka would know. And also, what is Fiyuka's blessed card? Because if a victim needs to appear for her blessed card to activate, then she should be able to activate it now. Huh. But then again, if the cards deactivate after a blessed person dies, what's the point of having a card that only activates after someone dies? It's fine. I'm not going to think about it more. I'm just going to trust Fiyuka because I'm going to become a carry and just Fiyuka without questioning anything she says.
I must wonder why taking her tablet is necessary.
Well, we have to go into her room to investigate.
This wasn't just a normal dash. We have to check everywhere, including her room. Isn't that right? I suppose so. Yes, it would be good to check her room.
I refuse to have you mess with her. Leave her cadaver in good condition. Don't desecrate her tomb. If any of you dare to harm her corpse, I'll make you burn in hell. Understand?
We, understand. Hikari nodded, and then Fuyuka put a hand on her shoulder.
Let's go, Hikari.
Wait, may I come too?
Oh my god, why are you coming here? Oh my god. Fuyuka, please, please, I was so excited to have them alone time away from these absolute insects. Please don't do it.
With my attention to detail, I can be a great asset.
Will you focus on the investigation? We don't want some useless burden to interrupt the trial. The investigation part of the process is the most important,
Yes.
Fine, hurry up. Get on your knees, carry us like your horse. Come on now. Hikari walked off, waiting for Fuyuka to follow after her. Kazuyuki finally caught up with them.
None stands out.
Don't be fooled. There can be numerous things hiding in plain sight.
Also, you haven't even opened one of the drawers yet, so there could also be things hidden not in plain sight. Correct. Good job, Hikari.
Hikari sighed. Investigation wasn't something she enjoyed, but, as usual, it fell upon her. Why should she investigate? Mountain trash.
Funny enough, the first thing I thought of was under her pillows for some reason. So the fact that Mountain's bed is an option is interesting, but let's check our trash first.
Hikari checked the mountain's trash can. There were numerous things in the trash.
Some ceramic pieces, a bunch of ripped pieces of paper, a pen, her own jacket. What is all of this?
Kazuyuki, find a piece of paper back together. I'll do the ceramic pieces. Fuyuka, check her jacket.
I understand. Good luck.
I will.
Hikari carefully grabbed the pieces of ceramic material. The ceramic pieces were on top of everything else in the trash can.
Which means it was the thing that was entered last. I wonder if it was a vase and someone gave her flowers, but she broke the vase for whatever reason. I don't know.
She put all of the pieces together on the desk near Mountain's trash can. As it turns out, it formed a plate.
Oh, that makes more sense. So that was the plate she ate the food on, which caused her to poison herself. But then why did she break the plate? I don't understand.
Done. It looks like these pieces of ceramic originally formed plate from the kitchen. It didn't go unused either. I see a few crumbs and maybe some sauce on it.
Wait a second. What is it? Rule 7, Rule 7. What? The many sessions will prevent alongside other items. Yeah, so if Mawan broke the plate, then she would be punished, but she wasn't punished, which means she didn't break the plate, but then who did? It must have been Dia, or it just fell off the counter with no one assisting it, I guess. But that doesn't really make so much sense because how could that happen? Huh. I don't remember bringing her that plate. I often brought her breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And some other snacks. But I always brought paper plates. Wait, let me just read the rule again. There may be exceptions, but these tablets, alongside other items, must not be broken or heavily damaged. Destroying tablets will prevent personal room from being accessible, as the doors will automatically lock once closed. I guess these could imply that they were only items owned by Dia, because the folder was a motive, which is why it couldn't be destroyed, and the tablets were given to them by Dia, which is why they can't be destroyed. So I guess the plate might be fair game to break. I guess.
Pretty odd, yeah.
You've obtained the evidence broken plate. Check the evidence menu for future review.
I am done as well. It was difficult, given most of the paper was blank, or just being splattered with ink, but I managed decently enough.
That means I guess it's on a note, but I wonder if that's what brought her to the art room for whatever reason, or maybe it's something from Iki's sketchbook she took.
I am quite lucky that I'm experienced with putting things together.
Kazuki, I don't need the self-bracket. Just give me the goddamn piece of paper.
It reads 2, followed by a plethora of scribbles. In the middle, there is a large ink stain, presumably made by the broken pen. At the end is a from Mawen.
You have obtained the evidence pen and paper. Check the evidence. I want to check the evidence menu there because I want to see if the visual gives me any clue. Oh, absolutely not. That gives me nothing. But Mauen is the one who sent. Mauen asked to meet with someone. I mean, you'd ask to meet with Colette if you're gonna to forgive her. Probably. That's the only person who I could even imagine her sending a note to, except maybe Chuki as well. But I think she'd be more pressed to apologize to Colette out of everyone. Then again, Colette and Chuki were in the garden today, so I wonder. But then again, if this was in Mauen's rubbish bin, and Mauen was the one who was going to send it, that means she probably didn't bother sending it to her in the first place. Maybe it's just evidence that Mauen wanted to forgive Colette, probably?
So she managed to sign her notes. This time,
What?
Fiyuka did.
Oh, right, Fuyuka wasn't there. She talked to Mayame.
Yeah, Mountain kind of scared the absolute living hell out of me. When we were here with Colette, and I don't know, Mayame was there. It was a time. Listen, it seems Mountain must have written a note, or wanted to.
She didn't tell me anything about a note. I would have heard about it, considering I was guarding her. Did she send a note to somebody when I wasn't looking? Well, when were you not looking? I guess when you went to the kitchen to get food, she could have sneaked out and given the note to somebody. But then if she sent a note to someone, then why would it be in her rubbish?
It looks like Mountain did several things you were unaware of.
I was supposed to guard her. Why? Did she die? Because I didn't try hard enough.
You did fine. She's a corpse now, so I can't say you did a good job, but you did a little bit inadequate, I would say. It's not your fault she did things you had no part in. It's her own damn fault for her death.
I don't recommend talking about them done like that.
You're not going to how the hell I want it, Kazuyuki. You should watch your words. You could be the one executed in a couple hours, and I'll be talking shit about you. So, as if you did not put Asuka and Iki like that constantly.
I've been trying to.
Try harder.
Why?
Okay. Anyways, I feel I might have trained her a bit too well. I am very afraid. I found a hole in her jacket. It's near the chest area, exactly where her heart is. Oh, that's nice.
Did she get punished somehow and survive it?
I doubt it. It's only going through one side, not both sides. The hole is about twice the size of the tip of my index finger. About twice the size of your index finger. So that's your index you're pointing out. Are we talking about the circumference or the length? Because if it's the length, that's almost piercing her heart, I would say. Twice the length. Yeah, that's. I feel like twice the length of my index finger could easily impale me. Huh? Like it'd be close, but you have to be talking about circumference.
Let's see.
You have obtained the evidence in Mauen's jacket. Check the evidence menu if you wish to review. Are you okay? If you need more time, then I can.
No, I'm fine. I was fine. I'm so perfect when you around, Fiyuka.
We're all fine. Yes.
You too. Ugh.
How's your garden and your patrols, Fiyuka? When did you do everything?
Yeah, that's going to be very important information to figure out what happened. I told this to Mauen too. But during the early mornings, about 6 in the morning, I suppose, I checked the second and third floors for anything missing or odd. I did the same around noon and midnight as well.
Alice, so if Mountain did anything, it must have been during those times.
Yes, there's also the time if you want to get our breakfast, right? Unless you got our breakfast right before you went patrolling, but that is important. You obtained the evidence for Yuka's account.
Now to resume investigation. No time reading the evidence info this time, people. Keep it moving.
Yeah, we got 4 pieces of evidence for just investigating her trash. I mean, oh, wow, we might not be investigating that much at all. I mean, how much is 4 in the grand scheme of things? 4. God, 4 is actually a lot in the grand scheme of things. Look how little there are. I actually do want to read her jacket. A copy of Mauen's jacket. It is relatively undamaged, except for a hole in it at the front of the jacket near the heart. There's blood surrounding the damaged spot. So someone stabbed her, presumably, in the heart? What? Did she send the note to someone and they attacked her and then she got mad and when she brought the note back she crumpled it up and threw it in? I don't know what's going on there. Huh. And if she got stabbed there, I guess she could have got healed, but I don't know, that seems a little odd to me. Mawen's bed.
Should we check under her bed too? Anything could be hiding there.
I'll do it.
Just like he said, he immediately got on his knees and looked under the bed. Soon, he came out with something.
There's this.
He held up a screwdriver, mud covered in blood.
What is this? A screwdriver was missing from the storage room for a few days. But I didn't think anybody would.
Oh, so did Mawen take the screwdriver and then she used it to stab herself? Maybe that was her blessed card. If she stabbed herself near the heart, then she could get the information that her heart desires? I'm not sure. That's what I'm trying to figure out. That's what's going through my head right now. But that has to be what the hole is from, at the very least. The screwdriver. Yeah, I see what Katsuyuki's saying. I'm agreeing. Fiko, why didn't you say anything? Let me see the screwdriver. A screwdriver that was missing from the storage room. I mean, twice your index finger. I mean, that seems pretty accurate to twice your index finger. It had blood all over the end of it. Then was it Mawen or was it someone else? That's a big question. If it was someone else, how did she not die from that?
You didn't think to ask around about where the screwdriver was?
I was too busy guarding somebody. Thank you very much.
Somebody who's now dead.
Somebody with their own autonomy who didn't listen to Fiyuka.
Somebody whom we shouldn't talk so lightly about after her death.
Somebody who might deserve.
Okay, that is a bit much, saying that she deserved it. Okay, well.
Didn't you just complain about them not taking her death seriously enough?
You're right. I'm sorry. I'm just. Oh, for God's sake, I shouldn't apologize. Why am I apologizing?
Leave her alone, Kazuyuki. And think about your own actions first when you're in the presence of me.
Whatever. This is a waste of... No. None of you are a waste of time.
Let's just continue onwards.
Wait a moment. There's also dried blood near the underside of her bed.
Dried blood? Did she move her bed at all?
Fuka kneeled down and looked at the bed, so she stabbed herself under the bed? What?
Yes. The carpet is relatively flat in this one spot. The bed must have originally been there and had been moved.
You have obtained the evidence, dried blood. I did. Oh, so she stabbed herself, the blood on the floor. She didn't want people to know the blood was there, so she moved the bed to cover the blood spot, I guess.
Said we return to Mawen's body. We should try to check for a wound near her heart.
How would she not survive a stab wound to the heart, though? We all saw what happened to Iki.
But it might have something to do with her body's being messed up with Dia somehow.
If she realized that by midnight everything healed very quickly, she could have stabbed herself because Dia came to us and talked to us near midnight. So Dia could have also come and talked to Mawen about how to inflict the wound and be safe. So if she stabbed herself in the heart right before the clock struck midnight, she could have stabbed herself in the heart and then it would have healed immediately. Maybe that's what's going through my head right now.
Let's head over.
The trio wandered over back to the ballroom where Colette and Chiyuki were waiting. For God's sake, aren't you two going to investigate?
You stupid mortal. This mortal was one of my subjects, is she? She shouldn't be left alone.
Wow, back to being delusional, I see.
What's it to you?
I suppose I cared for her, too. I cannot leave Colette alone when she is in this condition.
Do we have permission to inspect her body? We have reason to believe she is hiding some wounds. Oh, perhaps. I I may trust you two to avenge her. You may be psychotic and crazy, but I do know you don't like murderers. Your support has gotten us through 2 trials, Hikari. Don't forget that. Or I may lay a curse upon you.
Thank you. Maybe,
She's right. You're more than you know.
thank you. Fiyuka's complimented her. Oh my god, she complimented me. Oh my god, oh my god. That must mean it's partially true. But she couldn't have done this without being a part of Fiyuka. It's all Fiyuka's doing.
I mean, you didn't completely rely on Ryuko until after the second trial, so that is just a complete falsity. And also, Kazuki just standing right next to them, just being like,
You know, when said I wanted to investigate with you two, I didn't think I'd be third wheeling this. What is this? I'll talk to Chiyuki and Colette while you two investigate the body. I'll get their accounts.
Hikari and Fiyuka approached Maoin's body. Fiyuka proceeded to grab Maoin's clothes and pull them down slightly to the point where her upper chest was visible. There it is. It's. Oh, I don't want to look at this. There was a hole where Maoin's heart was. It was bleeding at one point.
it couldn't have been too bad though, because if it was, she was played it off very well.
She must have gotten stabbed before all of us met up. We were all together, so there was no chance any of us stabbed her then.
It must have been herself. Because if it was somebody else, she would have told the group. Despite her hopes in the group, if someone had actually attacked her and she survived, I'm sure she would have told everyone and she wouldn't have been trying to be strong and hide it. She stabbed herself to fulfill her card conditions, I bet. Unless she wanted to kill herself, but then if she wanted to kill herself and she actually was able to stab herself, if she got the resolve to actually stab herself, I'm sure she would have just gone through with it. So I don't think she wanted to kill herself. I think it was definitely her card conditions that caused her to do it.
It's not like a blackout or anything happened either. 2 of them left Maoin's body alone and started discussing amongst themselves.
You obtained the evidence Moun's body, and I'm just making sure it's just a hole in her heart, near her heart, right? Moun's body. Moun's body has no sign of injury besides a stab wound at her heart hidden by her jacket. But she definitely died by poison, right? Even if it was the stab wound to the heart that killed her, and she didn't think it would kill her, and her throat and chest burning was from that, she would have told us before she collapsed, I would think.
Didn't Maoin say she got a good rest too? She seemed energized. She didn't show any signs of having been stabbed.
Unless that was the adrenaline from stabbing herself, maybe?
That's right. And if she was stabbed, why didn't she tell any of us?
The only plausible way someone else stabbed her and she didn't tell anybody was Colette stabbing her. And maybe Colette thinks she might have accidentally killed her by stabbing her, and which is why she quote unquote regretted everything. But I feel like she was talking more about how she treated Mauna over the past 3 days than actually harming her.
It must have been while she was asleep. That's the only conclusion I can come to. She must have slept so well that she didn't notice her own body getting stabbed.
Oh, Fiyuka, come on, get it together. You know as well as I do that it's complete a brand new one. That does not make any sense at all. If she had slept, she would have woken up. And even if she didn't get a wake up, when she woke up, she would have felt something by her heart. And she would have checked, she would have done something. No, you're just deluding yourself.
Not to mention the fact that she shouldn't have survived something like this. Why must these modifications of us make this so much more difficult?
You have obtained the evidence Mount's condition. Okay, well that is kind of more what I was interested in. I was interested more in her condition than her body. God, we are. How much is left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 pieces of evidence left. God, this investigation that I offer. Jesus Christ, what are we doing? We're gonna. Dia's just been.
I've been cutting down the time every time you investigate, so you get more stress.
And okay, thanks, Dia. Thanks for that. Mountain's condition seemed to have been fine prior to her death, to the point where she stated herself that she was energized and got a good rest. There was no sign of her having been stabbed or suffering any pain prior to her death. Yeah, I still think I'm close with the stabbing right before midnight, then sleeping it off after it healed, waking up feeling great. She completed her card, she was gonna live, she felt great. Speaking of Dia, I should ask them something.
You're gonna leave me to just alone. You Mama, somebody to
Okay, I see we might need to help remove some of the codependency in our relationship, but regardless, you can do this, Hikari. I know you can. My own conversation with Dia will help immensely with the investigation.
Two, you have to be activating your card then, because you said your card needed a victim for it to be quote unquote activated. So to turn it on, you're talking to Dia to get the information you want.
Okay. Understand. Don't go for too long, okay? I can't do this without you.
Oh god, you're weak without me. I know that. I won't leave you for long.
You're talking to her like she's 5. I won't leave you alone for long. What are we talking about? Why is this okay?
Just remember to prioritize yourself above them. Don't trust them, okay?
Okay. And so, Fiyuka left the room.
Okay, wait, where is she going?
She's doing her own investigation. More eyes around the place is always good, isn't it?
Yes, I suppose so.
What did you and Fiyuka find?
Stabbed sometime recently. Probably in the last 2 days. Likely while she was asleep. She started to stab wound later on, and was probably delayed because of the fact that her bodies are modified.
Actually, instead of figuring out who died, the information for you guys probably get on the cause of death. Because I feel like figuring out who died, who was the killer, would be too strong of information to get. But the cause of death would not be a terrible indicator of who did it, but it also help in the investigation. So Fuka's probably going to figure out how she died, and that's probably going to be poison, which is going to cause us to investigate the garden.
What a cruel end! To take advantage of her in her sleep.
Also, we're ignoring the fact that Mao's room would have been locked, so the only way for someone to get in during the night is if Mao let them in. And if Mao let them in, she wouldn't be asleep. So this entire theory is ludicrous, I will just say.
Fiyuka betrayed her.
Okay, fair enough point. I guess Fuga could have snuck in.
Think about it. Whom else would have access to Mauen but her? Fiyuka guarded her.
But I don't even think Fuga had her card. I'm pretty sure Mao kept her tablet to herself and locked her inside a room the entire time. So even Fuga wouldn't have been able to break into her room.
It's the perfect cover for her murder. Only she had access to her, day and night. Oh, dare you accuse Fiyuka? You've acted bizarrely lately too, so maybe you're the one that killed Mauen. Maybe I did. But why would I care to save my own life?
Well, what if you kill Mao? Maybe I did kill Mao. Okay, well, that is not really a very persuasive argument, so I'm going to vote for you. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye bye.
Think for a moment, Hikari. Chiyuki was accounted for almost all day yesterday, besides the morning and night.
Yes. I spent all the day with Tsubaki and Toshi. You met up with me too, then, didn't you not? I guess so.
You have obtained the evidence Shuki's account. Check the evidence menu if you wish to review the clue. But then again, Shuki, didn't you go into the kitchen, so you could have gotten something from the kitchen to give to Mauen?
I was conversing with the souls of the damned, but I never heard a mortal like Cherry. Even if she bewitched me, betrayed me.
So, you have no alibi.
But I have no motive. At least none your mind could even fathom.
Okay, to be fair, we do all have a motive. I know you're saying I know you don't really want to live, but you do still have a motive to get out of here. We all have that motive, so that's not really a fair reason for me to cross you off the suspect list just yet.
You could have gotten revenge.
But would I? Ask yourself that, human soul.
You could have had a curse card. Mount would have been looking for forgiveness from you, and let you get close enough to stab her.
I did have a curse card, but
Yeah, I was right. Melvin did have Colette did have a curse card. That was what I thought. Kazuki had a curse. Colette had a curse. Hikari had a curse.
Ryu probably had a curse. That's 4. Mauen was blessed. Chuki was blessed. Fuyuka was blessed. Which leaves what? Toshi, Tsubaki, and Kazuyuki. No, the Kazuyuki's accounted for. Let me guess. I don't know actually. Who else would be cursed? There's probably 1 curse and 2 bless, or 2 bless and 1 curse. I guess Toshi was cursed. Yeah, because Toshi had to dress as Asuka. And Tsubaki and no, just Tsubaki was blessed as well. Okay.
How's your curse? I had to witness a mortal being severely injured. However, then you severely injured Mauen. Simple as that. Easy peasy. I have to ask what happened to you. In the near past, you would not have investigate, suspect, accuse, execute. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as.
It's not the time, Hikari.
Why did you yell at me? Why would you be so mean?
Oh, for God's sake, wait until the trial for accusations, Hikari.
Where do we investigate next, then, Kazuyuki?
The kitchen. Investigation where the plate came from should do us some good.
Place? What place? We also found a broken plate in Mawen's room. A broken plate. Why did you not notice a broken plate in her room? I don't know. We'll find out in the trial, I guess.
Someone gave her a plate. She ate the poison, broke it for some reason. Then she stabbed herself in the heart to complete her curse card. Fell asleep, woke up feeling great, and then died from the poison later on. That has to be the order of events, the chronological order of what happened, right?
I may have little hope in us finding the culprit, but I do wish you to.
Why are you both side-eyeing Hazuki like that? You both are like, we have no idea who the culprit is. Intensely side-eyes Kazuyuki for no particular reason. Why is Kazuyuki's back turned towards Kazuki? What are you doing? Did you actually kill her?
Thank you, Chiyuki. I do appreciate it greatly.
God, don't compliment me. It's kind of gross. I appreciate you taking so much time from Mauen as well. Everybody who has hoped for more has met their end, but I do hope you do not meet the same end as everybody else.
Also, here's the thing. This is just something I'm thinking about Kazuki and his actions. I think that everyone's card is the opposite of what they wanted to do. For example, Colette's curse card was that she had to severely hurt someone, but she doesn't want to injure anybody. She doesn't want to kill anybody. She doesn't want to hurt other people. She wants to help them. Carrie's curse card was that she had to find out the truth of another person. However, she didn't trust anyone besides Fuyuka, who she already knew the truth of. So she was forced to try and get close to someone and trust them, and she had to trust one of the people who she did not inherently want to trust, which was against her what she wanted to do. For Kazuyuki's case, his curse card said that they had to tell someone they were the mastermind and get them to believe it. If that was something they did not want to do, what if they were actually the mastermind? I mean, I feel like I'm tunnel vision in on it, but I feel like I've cracked the code. And that's the one reason why I don't think Kazuki is the culprit. I don't think, because I think he's the quote-unquote mastermind, I don't think he would be the culprit here and he would get executed. Unless they do a thing where he gets quote-unquote executed but doesn't actually die and then he comes back at the end, but I don't think that's going to happen.
So do I. Perhaps you've proven yourself wrong, Kazuyuki. A rare occurrence in this mortal realm.
I hardly have made up for my mistakes. Don't praise me just yet.
Okay.
Okay, wait. What do you mean you haven't made up for your mistakes? Did you do something horrid or? Okay, I'm gonna ignore it. I suppose not. I am proud, for you all fighting despite my curse, is all.
And the two people who believe their cars are hanging out together, I'm sure this won't lead to an unhealthy dynamic at all, which hasn't been apparent over the last few days.
Our curse. Our curse.
I mean, now I'm kind of confused because now they're saying that it's their curse. Because I feel like Colette is now locked as a survivor. with Mauen dead, I don't see how killing. And in the fourth chapter, I feel like we're going to be killing more important characters like Fuyuka and Tsubaki. I feel like Fuyuka and Tsubaki are people who I'm really scared of for next chapter. I could see either of them dying. Kazuyuki is a maybe, but I think Fuyuka and Tsubaki are who I'm really scared for next chapter. I don't think they're the culprit, and I think they could be dying in chapter 4. I don't think Colette would die after overcoming Seinosuke, Iki, and now Mauen. I think she's a lock for a survivor right for now. She's the who I'm most confident in, who I believe is going to be a survivor. Chuki, I don't know if Chuki could also die next chapter too. It depends how this goes in the trial. If she still if if she if she changes again before if she comes back to her positive self, I could see her surviving. If she stays down like this, thinking she's a curse, I could see her dying. I don't know. It's hard to tell with her. She's a maybe. I don't think she's the culprit here, but I think she's making it to chapter 4 at the very least. Ryu, I just realized Colette is really the only person I'm confident in surviving. Ryu is could be a survivor. Then again, everyone here could be a survivor. There's only 8 of us left. I could see him being a victim as well next chapter. If Akari gets closer to Ryu and realizes that she never actually betrayed her and she got close to him and she died, I could see the game pulling something like that. Fuyuka, I believe I'm not scared about it till next chapter. I've said that since the very beginning. I'm not scared about Fuyuka until we get to chapter 4. And the realization is dawning upon me. We are getting closer to chapter 4 as the days go by. And that terrifies me. Toshikazu and Tsubaki. I don't think Tsubaki could survive. I don't know. I don't think Tsubaki's going to survive. I don't know. Then Toshi and Kazuyuki. Literally, the only person who I'm confident in surviving is Colette at this point.
Hikari and Kazuyuki headed to the kitchen. Toshi was also there.
Hikari, Kazuyuki, are you two coming to disrupt my investigation?
We're not disrupting anything.
Then why did you come here? And why did you bring him?
Investigate? Seriously? Hikari didn't dignify the second question with a response. You know, the kitchen was inaccessible for a bit of time, just yesterday. You could have been planning something for Mauen's murder in the kitchen, and we wouldn't know.
Save the accusations for the trial, Hikari. I doubt Toshi had any negative intentions.
Oh, sure. I'm as sure he had negative intentions as he is sure that Asuka is actually alive. Or dead. That was a funny joke if I said it right. You don't laugh and think of the right version.
You can trust me. Around 8 in the morning to noon, the kitchen was inaccessible, and I know I'm right.
I trust you as much as Asuka is alive.
Well, then you must trust me 100%.
We don't know that for sure. Gia never told us when it was accessible again. Somebody could have very easily snuck into the kitchen while Tsubaki, yourself, and Chuki were distracted.
Could they have though? They would have had to walk behind the couches and why would they? I don't know. I feel like if I was the killer, I would have just waited until they were done with the kitchen. I would have waited until they were done with the living room until I snuck in.
We would have noticed.
Like how Colette and Ryu noticed Mayumi bring supplies into the living room for our plan?
Still, we would have noticed.
There is a difference between going away from the living room, getting supplies, hiding them in your clothes, sitting down, then walking into the kitchen in front of 3 people. There is a big difference between that.
Show her.
You have obtained the evidence kitchen. What does that say? 5 pieces left. From 8 in the morning to noon, the kitchen was seen as inaccessible to the previous stage as Toshi burned down the kitchen, but there was a chance somebody still snuck by while Toshi, Chuki, and Tsubaki were involved with one another. Okay.
Enough of this arguing.
It's a waste of time.
Both of you are absolutely going in the wrong direction for this investigation. Focus and avenge Mauen instead of fussing over some trivial nonsense.
Do you understand me?
Fine, I understand you.
That is quite offensive.
I do not care. Do you have any important accounts to add?
As a matter of fact, I do. Something suspicious did indeed happen yesterday. It involves Ryu.
I'm so shocked. Hikari packed up. Oh my god, are we going to execute Ryu? Yay! Now he's interested. What is it?
Okay, a little bit enthusiastic for my liking, but I'll let it slide. I was entering the garden yesterday when I saw Ryu. He appeared very frantic, and he hid something in his Sayori. I tried to ask him what it was about and what he was doing, but he refused to answer.
I bet he was going to the garden to get a sunflower to paint Chiyuki's paint, and that's why he was up there. And he didn't want Kazuki to know because he didn't want other people to know what he was doing. I bet that's what was going on. And that's going to lead. We're going to figure out that a poison from the garden was taken, and a flower that was poisonous from the garden was taken. Fuga's going to point out that Hikari's going to point out that Ryu tried to poison herself, which is why he went off to the garden to poison Malwin with a flower, and then we're gonna realize the catastrophic truth that Fuga was probably lying to us the entire time. That's definitely what's gonna happen. But I don't think Ryu was the murderer. This has completely crossed me off him off the list for me. He was going up to get that sunflower, and he's gonna be a false suspect in the trial.
Is that enough of an interesting account for you, Hikari?
So, I didn't think he'd be made a general of evil so quickly. He seemed like he was born to be a sacrificial pawn.
How many times do I have to tell you people to save the accusations for the trial room? It's a waste to accuse anybody right now. Do not. How many times do I have to tell you people to save the accusations for the trial room? It's a waste to accuse anybody right now. Do not let suspicions get into your head until the trial.
Well, ignore that weird pause where we went from the screen to the transcript. I told you, and accidentally press a button that skipped the text all. Anyways,
I am simply saying everybody is suspicious, including myself. Understand that before it hurts you.
Okay, I think I get it.
I do too. Well, I honestly don't. I just like being an arsehole for the sake of annoying people. You might have murdered Malwin somehow. That is a surprise. Oh my god, you guys! If I could have seen Ryu get executed, peak of my day, peak of my entire experience here at the mansion.
Now, Oshi, have you found anything noteworthy in the kitchen?
Not really. There's an unwashed pan with some stains, I guess.
Wow, well, now we're definitely gonna find out who the killer is. What a breakthrough. Show us.
Oh, she nodded. A living pan that was stuck inside of the sink. As he said, the inside of it was covered with stains. Red stains. This is odd. I'm pretty sure Dia cleans these rooms often.
Yeah, I thought so too. I have to clean up after you ungrateful guests so often. Ugh.
I mean, do we not clean up after ourselves? Is there not a dishwasher? Can we not wash them with the sink if we're not going to do anything? What are we doing, guys? I'm a slob. Even I would do that. Come on, everyone should get their act together now.
You guys don't even leave tips for my work. How am I going to support my wife and kids now?
Oh.
Right, okay, that's nice.
You obtain the evidence stained pan. I want to see the visual of that stained pan now. Stained pan. So it's one giant red. A stained pan was found in the kitchen sink. It has red stains on the inside of it. It's likely been some sort of sauce, and there was a sauce on the plate. Can I see the? What does the broken plate look like? It does look red-ish. The rubbish bin might have dirtied it, so I could let me look at that red. Yeah, I could see that being the exact same. Yeah, so that was the pan that was used to make the dish that was used to poison Melon, I would say.
The only hero left is right here. Besides Asuka and I, of course.
Oh dear.
Hero? Me? Yep. You're not a villain anymore.
I decided. Well, if Toshi has decided you're not a villain, congratulations. You're the paragon of heroicness.
Oh, shucks. You shouldn't. But I do a lot.
Wow, it really is a heroic act to trap us all against a villain threatening to kill us. I really have to take my morality lessons from Dia.
Lines like these are what make you a malevolent being.
Whatever. Is there anything else, Toshi?
None of this as far as I know. I'll update you if there's anything else going on.
Thank you. As for our next location, the garden may do well for a search. The killer may have taken advantage of the new location.
Well, at least we're going to go up and we're going to hear about the poisonous flowers, so we carry the flower girl.
If anybody uses more babies for this murder plan, I will. Dear won't even have time to do it. I'll do it myself.
Yeah, I was about to say.
But if they messed with the flowers, I'll kill them.
Yeah, I was thinking the exact same thing. Kazuki, you better start running.
Oh, jeez. Well, now I kind of regret killing him. I mean, what?
Ignore that. If you're the killer, that is.
I shall, for my own sanity.
Kazuyuki and Hikari proceeded to the garden. She eventually found Tsubaki and Ryu in the garden, talking together.
Another reason why I think the flowers may be relevant to the murder is because the poisonous flower that Hikari pointed out was the foxglove, which could be poisonous and or deadly if you weren't careful. And I believe the foxglove is these pink flowers on the side of the footpath, which are very prominent in the CG. So that just makes it even more likely they're relevant to the murder.
Oh, you two. How's the investigation going? It's going all right.
Is this thing in the building a shed? I just thought that was the wall, but is that just a new? That is a shed inside this floor? Really? Huh. I was just thinking of last episode when we were hiding from Chiyuki and Colette in this room. I was wondering where the shed was, and I guess this thing on the left could be a building. I just thought it was a wall though. Like, if you imagine, this is the left wall. This is the windows behind Tikaria is the back wall. On the right is the wall on the right, and behind us is the entrance to the floor, and it's just like one large rectangle.
Have you two found anything?
A couple of things. How about you?
Current theories that Moen may have been stopping her sleep, and the modifications to her body is causing a delayed reaction.
Wow, that is the stupidest thing I have ever heard. Gnarly.
Oh gosh, poor Maui. About the stuff we uncovered. Have you been in here recently, Hikari? Unfortunately not. I haven't had the time.
When she finds out the foxglove was using the murder, or Sunflower was using the murder, Kazuki is going to be sprinting out of here. He's like, oh, I don't know what kind of reaction I'm going to see, but I do not want to deal with it.
I see. That makes this all the more concerning.
What is concerning, exactly?
We found a pair of gardening shears lying in the dirt next to some roses. Come over here.
Tsubaki led Kazuyuki and Hikari further into the garden and kneeled down while pointing at a pair of shears. A share of fears that were hidden away in the dirt.
You have obtained the evidence gardening shears. Check the evidence menu if you wish to reveal a clue. You're damn right I want to reveal a clue. Well, there's two more left, and we're definitely going to find them here in the garden. There were gardening shears found in the dirt in the garden area. They were left right next to the leaves of the rose bush. I'm not sure why you wouldn't just leave them back in the shed where you got it, but okay. And look here, some of the leaves on this bush are missing. Not to mention, several of the nearby plants have broken leaves, broken petals, broken stems. These are foxgloves, right? Was it always like that, Shorty?
What these flowers? No!
Okay, I'm going to ignore the fact you're more emotional about these slightly broken flowers than you are about Mountain's death, but okay. You obtained the evidence rose leaves. Check the evidence menu if you wish to review the clue.
I don't know, but I do remember something odd that might relate to this.
I wonder if you noticed the missing flowers yesterday. Then again, are we going to see that Ryu use the gardening shears yesterday to cut the flowers, maybe? But why would he put it? I feel like they were they also cut off the roses to kind of quote unquote trying to hide the evidence. Because if you could just cut off the rough fox gloves, then it'd be obvious what they took. But if you took the roses and the fox gloves, then it'd be kind of harder to infer that's what they were after the fox gloves just themselves.
You do? What is it?
Yesterday morning, I walked into the garden and
Well, he's cleaning up himself, which is a good thing. It definitely makes him less suspicious.
I heard a bunch of loud noises. when I came in, it was like a crash or somebody running, you know? I can't remember exactly. I thought it was, my imagination, but then it happened again and again. But as I looked around, nobody was there. I heard some running again later on, and some kind of metal being thrown, maybe, but
When did this happen?
early in the morning, around 6 maybe. I can't remember the exact time.
I see. Thank you, Will. Was somebody like using gardening shears or some other apparatus in the shed to cut it, and they threw the gardening shears at the garden bush so that would make a noise. Rio would look at that bush, then whoever was hiding made a sprint for it to try and get out of the floor. You have obtained the evidence Rio's account. Check the evidence menu if you wish to get a clue, and I'm fairly certain that is the last piece of evidence we're going to have for this trial. Well, yeah, we're going to hope that that's enough to figure out who killed her then.
It's no problem. I only hope we find out who did this to Maui.
Well, we're going to find out real soon.
As if you didn't.
Where else should we investigate now, Hikari? Ding dong, ding dong.
I think we should.
Whoa, whoa! It's that time again. Seems like the trial is coming faster than expected. Come to the ballroom. The elevator is up now.
I would say this investigation did feel rather shorter than the other two. I think the investigation have been getting shorter overall. However, the chapter 2 one was just like 10 minutes, 20 minutes. It wasn't that crazy. It wasn't that noticeable. But this time, wow, it is very noticeable that it's a way shorter investigation. I do think we have the roughly the same amount of evidence, but we have the time we spent gathering it was reduced drastically.
Don't be lazy, pests. Please.
Already? We barely had any time.
This seems faster than the others. Isn't that odd?
Yes, there seems to be more than meets the eye in this case, by the looks of it.
The curse cards and blessing cards. We haven't gotten the chance to discuss those at all, have we? Well, discussion is the central aspect of the trial, so we'll have all the time in the world to talk about them there.
No, we have not.
Huh. I have the feeling that they'll play a central role in this case. And that there's something making them rush it. Then again, I guess scaring Ryu could have been part of a curse card as well, trying to scare Ryu, the bejeebus out of Ryu, just to, I don't know, mortify him. I don't know, maybe that was part of a card. And that there's something making them rush it, huh?
Like,
A glitch in the system, maybe. Who knows? Maybe one of the cars accidentally caused a murder to happen and they're trying to rush it so we can't figure out that's what happened.
glitch.
I'm joking. Jeez. Or maybe Kazuki did murder Mawin and Kazuki is actually the mastermind or the quote-unquote traitor and they're rushing it so the traitor doesn't die? Maybe? Is that really what's going to happen? Because they'd rather the traitor win than the traitor get executed. They'd rather everyone else get executed but the traitor. Maybe?
This is no time to joke around.
But Dia wants us to live. Dia wants us to live. So if we're not the traitor and Kazuki is the traitor, Dia would want us to beat Kazuki in the trial. I do believe that. But then again, Dia doesn't actually have supreme control over everything here. We know that already. So I guess that is a moot point.
This is no time to joke around.
Yeah.
Lamos. Did you know anything about fun? If we're gonna die and we're gonna have a fight to a dead, we need to have some fun with it. We might as well have some class. Some say that the best way to cope is through humor. Is my coping not good enough for you? Should I start stopping? Anyways, I'm going. Don't say my jokes weren't gnarly or anything.
Wait for me.
I mean, we should probably all go in that elevator together, considering it has a history of being not fun. Then again, we haven't really seen that disgrace of an elevator be shoddy until since the second trial. And Dia might have said something about fixing it, but I feel like he could have fixed it before the second murder even happened. That's all I'm saying.
He headed off into the elevator. View rushed after her. He seemed frantic. Probably because he's the killer.
No, I don't think Shibaki is completely wrong, her jokes aside.
What do you mean?
A glitch of sorts. Maybe Mountain was considered dead days ago, but because of our bodies.
She lived longer than she should have.
Yes, maybe they want to cover up her death somehow.
That's point. Maybe the ones holding this, besides Dia, messed up somehow.
Yes, they may not have expected what happened to Mountain. All the victims died almost instantly, but she didn't. Maybe going after the heart or something disrupts her death somehow? I'm not sure.
That's maybe what happened. Good thinking.
Thank you for listening, Hikari. And I never got to say this before, but I must apologize for any time I may have caused you and what you do a waste. I have to apologize to everyone else for that as well.
This really feels like a last goodbye to Kazuki. I don't know. This just really comes off as a I'm sorry for everything I did, but I'm gonna die now. I don't know. I really don't. I feel. His words make me feel anxious. I don't know. I just don't. I just don't feel like. What is this?
I don't need apologies. You're not the brightest, are you, Kazuki?
I have a feeling we're gonna have a really touching moment with Kazuki, but guys, we have 10 minutes until we all die, so we better just start moving. Save the emotional conversations until we're safe from like perhaps of Dia executing us. Dia's just gonna jump in and say, guys, I swear to God, if you do not come to the goddamn bottom now, I'm gonna have to kill you, and none of us want that.
Hum? Why so?
I'm a human being. Human beings deserve apologies. I'm a shard, Kazuki. A shard of Yuka. I am nothing. I am not human. I am not Hikari. Whatever was the level of Hikari may have died alongside Daisuke. Now that I think about it, I'm here to investigate. I'm here to suspect. I'm here to accuse. I'm here to execute. I'm not my own person.
Are you okay?
That is the most rational reaction I've seen to this. To Hikari revealing their personality that I have ever seen in this entire game. Ryum could have kind of just shrugged it off a bit, he's not going to deal with it because he's realizing that there's something really majorly wrong here.
No, you're not. You're not okay. This isn't normal. You've been acting out lately, but this is something else. Completely denying yourself, your humanity. What is wrong with you, Hikari? What if you can do to you?
She let me depend on her. She let me be part of her. She let me be her. I am not my own person, Kazuki. I never was.
That's not what I was asking.
I am weak without her. I am nothing without her. Before Hikari knew it, she was pushed back a few feet and her face was red.
Well, Kazuki, congratulations, you are going to be the next victim of this killing game. When Fuuka comes up and sees what's on Carrie's face, you'll be pounced on immediately.
You. I must apologize. I didn't intend to.
I see how it is.
This isn't you.
This has always been me. I'm not Hikari. I never have been. I used to be Naoki. I used to be his shadow. That's why I have the truth of shadows, Kazuki. Now I'm Fuyuka's shadow. Now I'm Fuyuka. I'm nothing without her. Kazuki kept silent, but Hikari walked off. He was just a stranger. Everybody was always a stranger. And not a shadow. That's what it truthfully meant, right?
Right, now I'm not sure because that was the first interpretation I had of it, but that feels too simple for it to actually be the actual meaning. And if it was the truth, wouldn't she have gotten out here? I don't know. I'm very confused about everything. She confuses me so much as a character. I want to enjoy her, but her struggles and pains are so out of this world, and I can't understand them. It's hard for me to find a companion. I'm like, I want to like you, but I'm not sure if I can. Do I like you, or do I just find you crazy? I'm not sure. But I want her to get better at the very least, I think. If unless getting better to her is continue to depend on Fuka, but I hope somebody realizes what's going on. Like I said with Colette, I wanted people to realize that they should love Colette for who she really is. I want someone to figure out, even though it turns out because Yuki, since he punched her in the face and trying to get her to believe it, because if you're if you're not your own person, Hikari, how did you feel that punch? I'm saying, I want somebody to help Hikari realize that she should realize she's her own person. And honestly, honestly, let's get Tsubaki in here. During her free time event, she was telling her that she shouldn't apologize for things that are her fault, and she should realize she's her own person. She literally said that. Tsubaki's best character. You should become a part of Tsubaki, not Fuga.
Everybody else was waiting for her, as Yuki came in soon after.
Are you all ready?
Am I supposed to be ready for this, dimwit? When my loyal subject already met her end?
It was just a rhetorical question. I don't really care whether or not you guys are ready.
Then why ask it?
Because I can, duh. Heroes don't act like that. We all know you really do care. I keep telling you I don't. Did you shout heroes so much that you became deaf? I don't say heroes that much.
You say heroes in every second sentence. It is a thing.
Nobody here deserves to be called a hero.
Oh, please. Every word you spout nowadays is all about being a hero, villain, I'll get it out of the system. And if anybody doesn't fit into those little categories of yours, you freak out.
No, I don't. Asuka and Dia are heroes, and the rest of you are villains. And that's what I mean.
Oh, poor little Toshi. Did you lose faith in all of us, just like Chiyuki and Hikari have? Maybe you're more of a villain than you'd like yourself to believe. Maybe you can't save any of us. Maybe you're so pathetic that you can't look past that black and white view of yours for one goddamn second to do something good.
Oh, please. Like you are any better. At least Toshi is attempting something.
I'm realistic, unlike the rest of you. You lost face too, Idol. Your sorry excuses of,
Oh, I'm so positive.
and
I'm such a light to others.
were disgusting. But, I don't really care all that much. Keep deluding yourself if you really want to. You care a lot about people here more than you want to admit. We had that conversation about how you were struggling with the deaths of the previous killing game. Come on now. At least I'm the only one who hasn't lost their mind. I think your mind was lost before you ever came here, if I'm being completely honest. I haven't lost mine either. Similarly for you, I think your minds were lost, but they were just way gone before we even got here, so you wouldn't even notice the difference. You lost Hikari's.
Fuyuka didn't do anything wrong. Stop acting like she has.
Uh-huh. Sure. Well, I'll be looking forward to this trial. Hope whoever dies next isn't somebody entertaining, at least.
Why are you like this? Mayume would be disappointed to know her friend.
Oh, please. Like she wasn't a piece of crap who took advantage of you.
She may have, but she was struggling too. Everybody here is struggling.
Yes, if it was not her, another one of us may have taken the life of somebody here for their loved ones. I might have, for Iroh and now.
Don't talk about Mayumi like you knew her well. Nobody knew her like I did. Trust me. She was a perfectionist, a people pleaser, somebody who craved the affection of others. She hated herself. She hated everything about her. She would do anything for a loved one, even if that loved one didn't want it. She was nothing more than a paper bag that was thrown away by the people around her.
She
was more than that. Even after what she did, she was my friend. Oh, and don't get me started on all the others, like Daisuke. He used to be a sorry excuse of a person, apologizing and begging for forgiveness, just like you, Hikari. But he grew paranoid, useless, like everybody was going to take advantage of him and betray him. He was the true fool. His parents treated him like a doll. His world was shaken every time they yelled at him or neglected him or hurt him. A part of me wonders if I'm correct with the going to an alternate reality every day and the killing keeps getting reset and reset and reset and reset. And when Dia told us that we don't know how many times he's tried to stop this, maybe he wasn't even referring to this game, he was referring to every single game that preluded before this. And Tsubaki knows so much about them because she's remembered the past killing games, but the past killing games have been with the exact same people. So she remembers, she knows them all better. She knows everyone better than anybody else because she remembers all the countless times she's been forced to watch people die. I feel like that's going on here, and that's why she's kind of breaking down, seeing people change once again.
How did you?
I know more about these people than you guys would ever care to admit. You guys are so selfish and self-deluded that you only care about yourselves. But I don't really care. I never cared. There's just more people who are going to die. Aren't they?
But somebody eventually approached Tsubaki. Despite their oh god, we lost the elevator. The elevator's going out. Guess we're all gonna die.
You will not talk about my subjects like this in front of me. Can't we? No one's stopping us. What are you gonna do? Kill me? Come on, kill me. Bet. You will do it, coward. You got no balls. The dead deserve respect, for they are part of my realm. They are sinners, but... But what? Just because they're dead, you act like they're perfect? Can't you admit how much Moen hurt you when she threatened you? When she revealed your dead name? Is one sorry from her really fixing all that pain? No, but... God, I'm sick of you all. Nothing good happens here. There's no point in anything. You're just going to hurt yourselves again and again and again. When will you ever learn? I hope you're the killer, Colette. Then maybe you'll learn.
Tsubaki enters and notices an elevator that has disappeared from our existence, leaving 7 of them alone.
I would never hurt Cherry.
Ignore them. She doesn't know anything.
Why does she go around talking like all of these people like she knows them? Because she does know them way better than, like she said, any of us would care to admit. Why? I didn't even know Cherry that well, but I wanted to have more time with her. I wanted to be by her side for long. I wanted to be there for her.
Why did she have to be put in this hellish game, where she had to risk her own life? Sometimes, I wish she would return.
I miss her too, but she can't come back. At least not in this realm. Her soul's been claimed already.
It'll be alright, you two. We'll...
You don't understand. We all wish for her to return.
I am such a lonely being. Gods are not infallible, and yet I... Why did I not forgive her sooner? I'm no god. I'm just a pathetic mortal. When she was the true divine here.
Come in. It is time for the trial. Chiyuki took Colette's shoulders and forced her inside the elevator. Only 5 of them remained.
Here's to
finding Mao's the killer, and are you stressed because you're the killer? God, I think it's either Toshi or Kazuki, with a small possibility of it being Colette for the just for the tragicness of it all. But my top two suspects are Toshi and Kazuki, just from vibes, honestly. I don't even have any evidence that pertains to the two of them, it's just vibes.
I guess so.
I know so. The culprit would suffer, whoever you are.
The three of them stepped into the elevator as well. Only two remained, Hikari and Fuyuka. Hikari looked up at Fuyuka, expecting some words.
Hikari, we only have a minute, but I have two things I need to say to you.
Okay, cool, come on. Great, let's get over it. Let's tell me all the gosh you got from Dia.
Listen. Always listen to you, Fuyuka.
That's... yes. You must always listen to me.
God, I'm really scared that the truth is going to come out, and Hikari will no longer trust Fuyuka, and that is what is going to lead to Fuyuka's demise. The conflict inside her mind, knowing that the only person here that trusted her no longer trusts her. That not really betrayal, but that change in attitude might cause her to become a victim because of her just drifting away. That might cause her to be a victim. Oh God.
First of all, I need you to understand something. You don't need to force yourself to be like me anymore.
Huh? I am you, though.
I know you think of yourself that way, but
There's no buts. You said I could depend on you.
I caused this.
Huh? What did you say?
Listen.
I mean, she said that very loud. I don't think that was a whisper, Hikari. You probably heard what you said. You're just denying it.
Just continue to try your best in the trial. We'll talk afterwards about everything. We'll no doubt talk afterwards.
Yes, we will. Because Ryu was the killer.
Hmm?
Hikari told Fuyuka about everything she found out.
I see. Oh God, I'm going to get exposed for the line bitch I am. Oh Jesus Christ, please do not happen.
So, he definitely killed Mountain. It's easy.
I mean, considering in the last trial I thought it was too easy for Stainsgate to be the culprit, Ryu could be the killer, but it was easily debunked in the trial, and the quote-unquote... But considering the fake out and people point out how it was obvious was brought up, that kind of what brought it back to it being a possibility. But considering that Fuka is kind of... In the investigation, I mean, it wasn't really said that Stainsgate was obviously the culprit. That was just an implication from the hair. But now that in the investigation period we are actually saying that he's the culprit, that's what makes me think he's not the killer.
He may not have.
Oh, Ryu didn't really try to poison her, did he? That's why you're panicking, because if we bring it up, we might accidentally... Oh, Fuka, what did you do?
He did it. He tried to kill me. And then he stabbed Mountain in the heart while she was asleep. It's so simple, Fuka. Aren't you glad to have an easy trial for once?
It's not that simple, Hikari. Not at all.
Huh? What do you mean?
Because Mauen didn't have a blessing card.
Oh, that is what I thought. So Mauen did lie about having a blessing card, but then... So stabbing herself was for her curse card, but then why did nobody get punished for the motive if she didn't have a blessing card?
She had a curse card.
What?
My blessing was to find out about the original card of the person I asked about. That was what I needed to talk to Dia about. I don't know why we're still here. Why we're alive. I don't know why Mauen lied either. Why would she deliberately set herself up for being a victim like that?
Okay, so I was correct that Mauen did lie about having a blessing card. It had to have been to direct the attention away from Colette in the event that she did have a blessed card. That's the only reason I can think of. So I was correct. She did lie. I'm glad I got that right. Even though I was kind of wavering on it, I was more on the side of her lying.
I don't know. This doesn't make any sense.
It has to be Dia protecting us, right? He's trying to hide the fact that Mauen had a curse card so that he can just have the excuse to keep us all alive.
I think The cards play an important role in the trial, Hikari. Much more important than initially thought. Mowen has a curse card. You have a curse card. I have a blessing card.
The desk fled too. She had a curse card. Azuyuki as well. We all found out his.
There are 4 cards we need to figure out then. 2 blessings and 2 curses. Only then can we solve this.
Well, I'm definitely going to try my best to figure out what the hell they are then.
I understand. I'll do my best. Ryu might have done something to change this.
Of course.
Ryu walked into the elevator, leaving Hikari alone. You'll finally get what you deserve, Ryusuke. Is this what he really deserves, though? Of course. You know it's possible he's not the culprit. You know you're in way too over your head. I know I am. But Ryuka taught me all of this.
Are we talking to our shadow? Is that what's going on? We're talking to the demon inside our head.
I'm part of her. Ryuka doesn't make mistakes. You're not part of Ryuka. You're just doing this as a coping mechanism. No, I'm not. It's the truth. Stop deluding yourself. I'm not. You are. You're a human being. You're the protagonist. You're the main character.
I mean, telling yourself you're the main character is kind of crazy, but I'm going to assume this is more from a meta thing than a self than a narcissist thing.
Not your protagonist. You're not even your own. And that's entirely correct. Fine. Don't listen to yourself. You're going to regret this when Ryuka betrays you, too. Ryuka wouldn't betray me. She wouldn't betray herself. You know she's just taking advantage of you, right? I'm not stupid. You're acting stupid. Shut up, brain. As you say, Hikari. Hikari slowly stepped inside the elevator, along with everyone else. Everyone was quiet as they stayed apart from one another.
Ooh, the new trial art. Where is this coming from? What a nice upgrade. I didn't expect this.
Oh, that's odd. The people who are dead have blue, and the people who are alive have red. That is quite a weird contrast. That's usually not what you that's really not what you usually see. I wonder if that's an intentional decision from because of Hikari's mindset. I wonder. Huh.
There were only 8 of them left, and one of them was a killer. The killer of Mauen Kirisato. Was it Ryusuke? Or was it somebody else?
Well, it's one of 2 options. It's either Ryu or it's not Ryu. I'm glad we've narrowed it down to those 2 options.
We don't know. Hikari and I don't know. She's lying to herself, lying to everyone. But it won't end now. It won't end until she loses everything she's known. Hikari Hanasaki, our protagonist. Ryusuke Akiyama, our protagonist. Ryusuke Kitama, our antagonist. Let's see how this goes.
Also, something that I want to point out is that even though there was new art, I'm pretty sure the same people were on the same slide. So in the last slide, we had Dia, Iki, Kazuyuki, Daisuke, and Toshi, and I'm pretty sure those were the same 5 people on the first slide of the original trial art. So I'm pretty sure the same people were on each art.
Let's see how this goes.
Is that it? Oh, the option at the bottom have gone. Oh, well then. That is the end of the investigation. I feel like the 5 scenes at the end last like for half an hour. I was like, oh, this investigation is quite short. Then, oh, but you didn't expect the 30 minutes of dialogue at the end of getting all the clues, did you? I think I'm going to keep the end short and concise. I'll leave my thoughts for the investigation until I finish the trial and give my thoughts for the entirety of the deadly life. And, of course, I have to form a theory before I talk about anything. So, right. I overall enjoyed the investigation. I like how concise it was. I'll keep it vague as that. In the next episode, I'm gonna go through all the evidence, and even before the next episode, I'm gonna form a theory like I usually do as every trial. I'll give you my theory. I'm gonna be yapping for half an hour, like chapter 2. That was crazy, but yeah. In tomorrow's episode, I will have a very ironclad theory. I'll be totally super confident, and no, I won't be nervous at all. I will say though, I am getting similar vibes to the first trial, where just by going through the evidence, I have a vague idea of what happened. So I feel like similarly to the chapter 1 trial, I could be close enough to what actually happened. But with that said, I have nothing else to say. I'll see you tomorrow for the next episode of Jikoronpa where we start the trial. Bye bye.